Welcome to the Thursday Takeoff. It is May 21st. Such a pleasure to come to you all live today. We had a big game in the Western Conference yesterday. Oklahoma City Thunder were able to get back in the series, and boy, did they ever need to. If you talk about dropping 2 at home, going to San Antonio, that would have been absolutely rough. It was a great game. We'll talk about that. And we got 2 picks that if you make these 2 picks on Betr, you will get 6 times the amount. We'll go into that. Here we go with our picks from yesterday. Went 1 for 3. That was Jalen Williams with 4 points and 1 rebound. He was not really a factor. We didn't expect him to be much of a factor, but I did expect it was going to be much closer than this. We had Chet Holmgren not blocking a shot. That was a bolder pick given that he's up against Victor Wembanyama, who's obviously not just a freakish athlete, but hard to defend and a 7'4" alien. We got Dylan Harper, someone who we expected to be a contributor in a big-time sense at 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He fell short of that, 17 combined, 12 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. So after going 1 for 3, we're going to simplify it today with 2 picks. Also, if you are looking for our Major League Baseball picks, we're not going to have them today. We will have them tomorrow. Not a whole lot of action, not a whole lot of excitement in Major League Baseball here today. Let's get to the last game of the series for Game 2 of the Western Conference. Again, this is the overall recap. You can see right here, both teams shooting relatively well from the field, 48 and 47% respectively. San Antonio was able to make it rain from 3, but Oklahoma City was a little bit more at the free throw line. San Antonio did make more of their free throws. There were some controversial calls on those fouls yesterday. I mean, I can totally agree that SGA on some plays is embellishing, but that's obviously a different discussion. Lots of offensive rebounds for both of these teams. Both of these teams are really crashing the glass hard. You love to see the physicality in this series, and boy, this series has gotten very, very physical. Some of our key players, SGA came back to life. He was shooting 50%, 12 for 24 from the field with 30 points. Really good effort from him alongside 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 4 people on the Oklahoma City bench in double figures. I mean, you love to see that. This is the depth that really makes Oklahoma City who they are, and they really went to their bench, and Alex Caruso was the leader on that bench again. 17 points in 25 minutes, shooting 5 for 7 from the field. And we also had Chet Holmgren again. He didn't get our block prop there, but he still had a very solid game offensively. 5 for 10 from the field, especially against Victor Wembanyama. 13 points, but still was a relative non-factor on the boards. So that's going to be something we're really going to watch for in this series. Going to the San Antonio box score, you can see right here, Victor Wembanyama, also 50%, 21 points. But 17 rebounds. He's a huge factor on the boards. He's really crashing the glass hard. That's a key aspect of this series. Not a great shooting game from Julian Champagnie, and even the first game too. He shot very well from the field in the first 2 series of the postseason, but especially from three-pointer. He went 1 for 7 from 3. San Antonio's really going to need Julian Champagnie to get back to his very efficient and effective three-point shooting ways. Stephon Castle, 10 for 17. Very good game from him, but not very good from the San Antonio bench. We had Keldon Johnson, 26 minutes, 4 for 12 from the field. San Antonio's really going to have to ramp up their bench. I mean, Harrison Barnes is capable. He's been an NBA champion with the Warriors. Luke Kornet, we've seen some stuff from him. Carter Bryant, too. I mean, he was a non-factor. Didn't even take a shot. And you can see from overall on the bench, when most of the bench guys were in, you see Keldon Johnson taking most of the shots. But see the way Mitch Johnson does it. He does try to keep at least 1 or 2 starters in at a time, which is fine. But again, the bench players still need to step up when they're in if San Antonio is really going to have the best chance in this series. Before we get to today's picks, we are on Winible. Our link to that is in the description. The rest of the week, you can get 20 days worth of free picks with the code TAKEOFF. That is in the description once again. We are also a Betr affiliate. We're looking to add more affiliates by the end of the month, but for now, we are a Betr affiliate. When you get 2 sweat free tokens with $200 from each, well, $100 from each of them, 1 free pick. That code is ROCKETUPSB. Basically, the sweat free tokens means that you put in 2 picks, and if they don't go, you'll still get your money back, or you'll get it in Betr bucks. so that way you can go right ahead and put it into more picks. Now we got 2 picks today, so if you have not used your swipe free tokens, you can use them on the picks for today. That link is in the description again. Sign up with that code ROCKETUPSB. Our 2 better picks for today can earn you 6 times your wager. That is Jalen Brunson to start, over 2.5 3-point field goals made. And the bolder pick here, but one we're very confident in, is Dean Wade. Dean Wade has been a key player off the bench throughout the postseason, but especially in Game 1 and to finish the Pistons series. We got him over 14.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. Again, this is for 6 times your wager. Let's go with Jalen Brunson to start. You can see he's done it in 6 of his last 10 games, 9 of his last 20, and in games against the Cavaliers, he only made 1 in Game 1, but if you look at the 4 regular season games, he has done it in 3 of the 4 regular season games. You can also, looking back at that middle charts, see that making 3-pointers, attempting 3-pointers has been quite a recent trend here for Jalen Brunson. We also can see on the 3-point attempts chart, he's shooting significantly. You can see he's shooting very solid 6 per game. I mean, you can see some 4s in the left-hand side of the chart, but very solid 5, 6 a game. And you can see others where he's getting 8 to 10 opportunities, shooting some high percentage 3-pointers. Cavaliers have not played great 3-point defense at all. Detroit was able to beat them like that. And you also can see that throughout the season, they are 26 in 3-pointers allowed overall, but 27 to point guards. So their front court really allows their opponents to shoot 3s. And you can see that they're also making them. So that's another thing we got to watch out for. They got relatively strong interior defense. We saw some great defense from Evan Mobley on Karl Anthony Towns. But their front court on the perimeter can be very suspect for Cleveland. Expect Jalen Brunson to shoot plenty of 3s here and expect him to make 3 or more of them. Let's go to Dean Wade. He's a player off the bench. He has had some very solid games this postseason, including Game 1. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists on Tuesday, and we're expecting him to pick up more where he left off. He's showing that Kenny Atkinson is someone can believe in him, and Dean Wade, yes, he's done it in 2 of his last 10 and 3 of his last 20, but you can see even in the game before, the last game of the regular season against the New York Knicks, he's been able to do it, or he was able to do it. And even in the previous 2 games, he was pretty close to that 15 or more points, rebounds, and assists combined mark. He has done pretty well against the Knicks, and when we're talking about matchups, we definitely want to see where Kenny Atkinson definitely wants to see where he can get more points off his bench, especially when Karl Anthony Towns is not in. And Dean Wade's going to be someone that he's going to put in those critical moments when there isn't that big of interior defense for the New York Knicks, or their best interior defenders are not in. You can see he gets, throughout the last 20 games, significant opportunities on the offensive glass. He routinely gets 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. So alongside his defensive rebounding, he also crashes the offensive boards hard. That is something that really helps the Cavaliers, and something that's bound to be noticeable, not just in Game 2, but throughout the series. Dean Wade is also a very solid shooter in both the 2-point and 3-point game. So one of the things I really like about making picks and propositions on Dean Wade is that he is an all-around player. He attacks the offensive and defensive glass. He shoots 2s. He shoots 3s. Someone that reminds me a lot of Channing Frye. He actually played for both these teams, the Knicks and the Cavaliers. I really like big guys who can play throughout on the 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and really crash all kinds of boards. Dean Wade is that kind of guy. Now, obviously not a big passer. I mean, we put assists in there. He might get 1 or 2, but we're definitely expecting that he'll shoot plenty of 2s and 3s. And you can see in the numbers, 3.9 field goals a game, so just about 4 practically. And he'll also shoot 2.8 or almost 3 3-pointers. So you can see he takes high percentage shots. He can take them from anywhere. He can drain them from anywhere. We expect Dean Wade to be a key factor off the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That will do it for our picks. Remember, we are on Threads and X. That's where you can get our text analyses of these picks. I know these videos can get long, but You don't have to watch them if you don't have the time for it. Just follow us on Threads or X, and you can see 30-second rundowns of every pick, the overview, the key matchups, and the key numbers. That's a wrap on today. Tomorrow we will have plenty of exciting action in Major League Baseball, and then we will also have plenty of action in this Game 3 in the Thunders and the Spurs series. I'm excited. Let's get after it.